to visually show, okay, visually show the correct answer showing up for the user. And how we're going to do that is we are going to, let me pull up the simulator here, is we want to change the color and have the color of the button change kind of shortly, like a very short amount of time, and have it change to tell us whether we got it correct or wrong. So we're going to do that in the if user answer equals actual answer, and we are going to come down here and we are going to tap into the sender of the UI button here. So we're going to do sender and then dot, and we're going to find the background color. Okay, so every time you get the answer right, the background color will change to that UI color, and we'll change it to green. Okay, green or system green, whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter to me. You can do whatever you want. I'll just do green. And then you've probably guessed what we got to do for the wrong answer. So we're going to do sender.background color. And we're going to have it equal to the UI color dot red. Okay? And when we load this into our app, what this should allow us to do is it should allow us to change it. Okay? So it works, but obviously we don't want it to stay on there as we go to different questions. So that's kind of annoying. So let's go down here to our update UI and let's have it return back to being the clear color. So we can't access the sender, okay, outside of the button function. So we're going to have to call on each button. So we'll do true button dot background color equals UI color dot clear. And that will return it back, but we don't know which one's being pressed, so we're just going to have to do them for both. So we'll do the other one equals UI color dot clear. Okay. Now when we run the app, unfortunately, it's going to cause another problem, but you know, we're one step at a time, guys. One step at a time. You know, you got to learn one thing before you learn the next. Okay, so now the color doesn't show up at all because essentially the code is essentially happening instantaneously. There's no delay, okay, to get it from showing up with the color red or green and then going back to clear. So something that you've already done, okay, and what we need to do is we need to add a timer, okay. Now, if you want to take this as a challenge, pause the video right now, okay. Pause it and see if you can figure out how to get a timer brought into this program. Okay, now the timer is not a repeating timer, and you need it to go for a very short amount of time, like maybe say 0.2 seconds, and just so it can flash green or red and then go back to clear. So pause it and see if you can figure it out. You have some of the timer code from your last project, or you can go look it up online. And once you're ready to move on, unpause the video and come on back. What we're now going to do is we are going to set up a timer, and we can kind of go back and look at other things from other projects online. I'm just going to do this just directly right here to save time. So we are going to call the timer, and we're going to make a scheduled timer. Okay, time interval. You have to put 0.2. If you just put 0.2, it's going to yell at you. The target is going to be self. The selector, now this is where it gets a little difficult. You're going to do a hashtag. You're going to do selector. And then inside, we're going to do update UI because we already have a function made. The user info is nil. And the repeat is going to be false. Okay. And we're about to get an error that says the argument of the selector refers to instance method update UI that is not exposed to Objective-C. So we're going to have to add that Objective-C. Notice how it adds the Objective-C down here. And it takes care of that issue. So last thing we need to do is just, now that this is selector is calling the UI update, we don't need to keep the UI update here because that'll screw us up. So let's delete that. And now we're going to replace the phone. We're going to have it pop up and hopefully, oh baby, that looks good. Okay, so now we have this set up. So the last thing that we need to do for this section to get this app to really work is just create the progress bar, okay? Pause the video, see if you can figure it out right now. And when you are done, come on back and I will show you how to do it, but you should be able to do this from the last thing, okay? You are looking at the question number versus how many items are in the quiz, okay? And you can do it all on one line if you can. So see if you can figure it out. Okay, so we also want the progress bar to update inside the update UI because it's updating everything, okay? So we got to call the progress bar, okay? Progress bar, and then remember we go to .progress, and remember we need to float everything. So we're gonna float the question number, and we're gonna do the +1 again, so it starts at 1 because we're comparing it to the quiz count. And remember, the quiz count doesn't count at 0, it counts 1, 2, 3. So just so you know that. And we're gonna divide by the quiz.count, which we also need to put in a float. So let's put that, and we'll put that, and this is the way it should look. And we're going to replace, and this should be the final thing to get it to work for this section of building this app. And notice that the progress bar starts because we're on question 1. True, false, and let's just make sure we get the wrong answer. False. Oh, there we go, red. And then there we go. Now I got the wrong answers. Right answers and wrong answers. Okay, so it works. Doesn't keep the score. Don't worry about that yet. That'll be taken care of in a different part of this. But this is how you can build a functional quiz app, easily keep all the questions set up, show the user if they got the answer right or wrong without actually saying it, okay? And keeping track of how many questions they have by going to the progress bar, okay? So you guys did a really good job. I appreciate you guys kind of working through this. I know these videos are getting kind of long, but you know, come back for another Lane Vision video. In the next section, which will come back to this, we will be breaking this down, like I said, into the MVC model, the model view controller, to make the code a little bit more separated and make a little bit more sense, okay? So see you on the next project, see you in the next video, see you in the next lifetime. Holla!